to a point where we have senators, congressmen, mayors, people in our government that are putting non-citizens, non-Americans over the concerns of American citizens. And that's what Chanel Temple is sick of. That's what Omar Navarro is sick of. And that's why now we bring in Omar Navarro, who is running against Maxine Waters to help us drain the swamp. Now, Omar, there's been a lot of activity going on lately regarding your running against Maxine Waters. I think that you've really shook the establishment and they've kind of panicked and we've seen them show their hands. Now, you were recently out at Cudahy when they were addressing sanctuary cities and funding for non-citizens. You gave a speech there and you were not welcomed by what I thought was the community, but then you informed me it was not actually even people who live in the community.
Yeah, that's one of the things that happened over there in Cudahy. Last time I showed up over there, they tried chasing me out of the whole place. They ran after me, and there's videos on YouTube you can look up. It was bad. I mean, these people are fascists, they're communists. They don't believe in free speech. They want to go after you. They want to censor you anytime they see pleasing to them. But they don't respect other people's opinions. That's why, I'm there. I'm there because I'm there to fight against people like this. I want to make sure that we're fighting for freedom of speech. What they did was unacceptable, going after us. It was unacceptable taking our car last time. It was unacceptable them chasing us out the other time. I left early. I tried walking out early after I spoke, as you see there right now in that video. I talked, and after I said to the guy, we should get out of here. They're not going to respect us. We should be careful. We should play it safe and leave right away. And that's what we did. But what happened was we were leaving. They started chasing after us, trying to go after us, trying to get, basically have this whole physical confrontation. We weren't having it. I was saying to myself, we got to get out of here. We got out. We got in our car. We left. But we have to play it safe. But some people that were around there, the case wasn't so.
Well, it was incredible. When I was first seeing this story, I was thinking, okay, I guess these are locals here from Cudahy that are upset because I guess Omar's policies are maybe a threat to their welfare state or a threat to their non-citizen status or whatever the case may be. But then I find out that these are actually agitators that are brought in and not even from the community. You're just there giving a speech, talking about your concerns. You feel threatened. You've already had members that have been considered part of your security detail stabbed, like Tony Foreman. So I can understand why you got out of there quickly. Of course, you didn't get the police escort that you asked for in that video. You can actually see that if you want to see that on Omar Navarro's Twitter. But it's amazing because then I see this and I know that you got out of there before all this went down. But one of the anti-sanctuary city protesters, is what they're dubbing this man, was arrested for brandishing a gun. And what we have here is they're really inciting people. Now, we discussed this off air saying we don't want violence. We don't want people on our side brandishing firearms, doing anything illegal, inciting violence. I agree with you there. But at the same time, this man was incited by these people. I mean, they were surrounding his car. They were threatening him. I don't want any violence. But I mean, what can you believe the response you're getting just from showing up?
Well, let me go back to that, Owen. In the situation we were in harm's way. There were people that were there that had I saw one guy who was taking out a weapon out of his own shirt, and I saw it. I told the police, the sheriff's department. I said, "Look, he has a gun. I'm telling you, he has a gun." And they did nothing. They're unacceptable. They did nothing about it. They just stood by. They stood down. They didn't care about anybody that was there. They only cared about the other side. I even saw pictures online of some
that's what it looked like.
Hands from the other side. This was an operation. This was an inside job. These guys were in cahoots together. They were in cahoots to make sure that our side was not being heard, that we were being censored. We have to stop this, and we have to stop this today.
Yeah, it was crazy, too, to see the police then. They were all brandishing their firearms, pointing their guns everywhere. You can see in the pictures on the LAist.com photos, anti-sanctuary city protester arrested for brandishing gun. And there's a video you can see his car gets surrounded with people. He pulls his gun out and he's like, get out of the way. And then like a dozen police officers rush to the scene. They're pointing their guns at everyone, pointing their guns everywhere. The whole thing gets out of control. And that's what you're trying to stop, Omar. See, that's the overarching picture. This is lawlessness. Okay, this is a society that has lost its values, lost its laws, and not put its citizens first. And it's descended into chaos. I mean, can you believe? And this is why you get support, Omar. I mean, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the support you're getting, because there were actually people chanting, Omar, Omar. I mean, how did that feel to you?
Yeah, that's amazing that a lot of people are supporting me. I'm showing up, and I had conversations with great people that lived in the community of Cudahy, and whether I disagree with them or they agree with me, we still had some conversations, and that's what the dialogue has to be. We have to open up those conversations, and I opened the door for them to reach out to me and to talk to me and have that conversation. That's what we have to do. If we really want to change the state of California, change the 43rd Congressional District, change every city that's here, we have to do something. If we're not doing anything about it, we're not being proactive, we're just going to let this whole state fall apart and have all these liberals tear it apart. I mean, the majority of Democrats are in charge of the state. They have destroyed the state of California. Business has fled. We have to make sure that we're encouraging business to come here. We have to make sure that we're fighting for jobs. And Democrats are not fighting for jobs. They're not fighting for business growth. They're fighting against it. And that's what I'm telling people. And people are waking up.
Well, and this is why you're running against Maxine Waters, and this is why she won't debate you, because you just brought policy to the table. You just brought common sense to the table, and all she has to offer is impeach 45. That's all she has to offer. Russia this, Russia that, and impeach 45. What are you seeing right now in the district? Do you think that people in your district know who you are now enough to put you in office to replace Maxine Waters?
As more and more as I campaign, a lot more people are finding out with what I'm doing. I go around and some people will walk by me and they recognize who I am. And for me, it's flattering. And it's an amazing thing to see that people are recognizing what I'm doing and all the work that I've been putting into the district. I see people that see my stuff on YouTube. I see people that see my stuff on Periscope, on Facebook. It's going viral. The information is out there. We just had a video from San Bernardino that hit over 1 million views. Not even the CNN can hit those type of viewership. It's just amazing for me. It's amazing to see people are waking up. People are realizing things that are not so here in the state of California. People are tired of seeing gangbangers in parks. People are tired of seeing trash all over the place. People are tired of seeing people abuse the welfare system. People are tired of seeing the whole process being spit on. We have to start respecting the people that are in administration. We have to work with the current president. We have to get the job done. If we're not doing so, we're not going to get anywhere.
What are you seeing right now from Maxine Waters people? I mean, they have to know that you're making an impact. They have to know right now that the big debate, I think, they're on the Hill today talking about immigration law and the enforcement of it. All you're doing is saying you want to enforce the law. This is considered extreme rhetoric. It doesn't make any sense, but you are starting to win over the hearts and minds of people in your district, as you were just saying. I'm shocked. Really? You've had no response from Maxine's people? They haven't reached out to you? They haven't tried to do anything with you? Are they just completely running scared right now?
We recently went to Maxine Waters' office. It was around 2 weeks ago. The video's on Facebook. And when we went over there, I asked, I introduced myself. I went inside the office. I had a rally in front of her office. And I showed people that all the trash that was all over the place. I mean, even I don't even think Maxine Waters has even gone to her district office. She's never been there. She's never seen it. If she's seen it, she's going to see all this trash all over the place, and nothing has been cleaned up. You see couches all over the street. I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible what you see there. And when we went there, we said, we filed the complaints as citizens in our community. We want to get the message out there. We also asked Maxine Waters to debate us formally. They're not acknowledging what we're doing, but I know they know who I am. They're aware of who I am, and they know that they're going to have it in for them next year, because Maxine Waters is trying to divert people in the 43rd Congressional District. She's diverting them from the real issues. She's talking about impeaching, but she's not talking about the relevance of the issues in the district. People are starting to see that. People are saying, like, well, what's the message that she has? What's the message that I have? The message I have is for the district, for the people, for every American that is out there. I'm fighting for them, and I'm going to continue to fight for them.
Alex Jones here with a very important news update to anybody out there that wants to be prepared. But it goes beyond being prepared. Our bodies absolutely must have the good halogen iodine, or we will die. And you look at all of the thyroid problems and all the people that don't have energy and that have all sorts of hormone problems. And from my research, and a lot of just mainline research, it leads back to iodine over and over and over again. It's as important as vitamin C. If you don't get iodine, you die. But most people are just deficient, so they're low energy, they're sick. You got to have iodine in your body so that your body can produce the hormones you need. It is the base to so many things. And since I got into iodine 4 years ago, we've helped change the entire paradigm by developing and bringing to the public deep earth crystals from 7 to 12,000 feet of the purest iodine available. Other iodine comes from the ocean or from other byproducts of chemical facilities and is tainted. It's bound. It's not absorbable. I tried it. And I had incredible effects even with dirty iodine because the body needs it. When you don't have iodine, it absorbs the chlorine, the fluoride, and all these other bad halogens. Do yourself and your family a favor and check out the importance of iodine for yourself. I think you're going to be blown away. And whatever you do, support the broadcast and get a bottle of Survival Shield Nascent Iodine X2. Also consult your physician because if you've been deficient in it or have other issues, it can have some dramatic effects. As for me and most folks I talk to, it's been a game changer in the positive column, but still consult your physician because iodine is no joke. It's a key building block of the body. And if you haven't had it for a long time and suddenly have it, some folks say they've experienced things like a detoxing effect and things like that. You've got to have vitamin C. You've got to have iodine to live. You've got to have water to live. Iodine is key. You must have it, but consult your physician first before you get powerful Survival Shield Nascent Iodine X2 at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll free. We can answer your questions, 888-253-3139.
I'm Roger Stone for InfoWars. I'm here to report on chilling new developments